If you feel like you're not enough, it might not be something you need to fix. There are moments like this where you're just going about your day and something feels slightly off. Nothing obvious is wrong, but in the background, there's this quiet sense, like something about you isn't quite right. And sometimes it's more direct than that, a thought that says, "I'm not enough." And it doesn't always stay loud, but it lingers, shaping how you feel without you even realizing it. Welcome back. This is Mind to Matter, where awareness meets lived experience. If this has been part of your experience, that sense of not being enough, you're not alone in this. But here's something most people don't see. That feeling is not random. Not a flaw, not a failure, something else. And this is where it gets a little deeper. The mind often reflects patterns happening in the body and in the nervous system. So when something feels uncertain, or when there's been pressure, comparison, or expectation, the system can shift into alertness. And from that state, the mind starts trying to explain what's being felt. Sometimes that sounds like doubt, sometimes like self-judgment. But that's not the full picture. Because underneath that, there may be something quieter. Not pressure, not responsibility, fear. Not loud fear, not obvious fear, but the kind that sits underneath things and makes it feel necessary to keep going, to keep fixing, to keep trying. And this might feel a little uncomfortable to notice, because part of you may not want to see it this way. But not because something is wrong, because something in you has learned to protect. And this is the part most people miss. When that feeling shows up, it's natural to try to push it away or replace it with something better. But that effort can actually keep it in place. Because the more attention it gets, the more real it begins to feel. So what if this isn't something you need to fix? What if it's something you're meant to see? Not as a problem, but as a pattern. Because that sense of not enough is often a thought. And thoughts can move, they can shift, they can pass. But awareness is something different. And this is where something begins to change. Awareness is the part of you that can notice the thought without becoming it. And even if that feels subtle right now, it's already here. Instead of trying to understand this with your mind, you might begin to notice what happens when you feel it directly. Right now, just notice what's already here. You might become aware of a thought, maybe something like, "I'm not enough." You don't need to change it. You don't need to fix it. Just noticing that it's there. And alongside that, notice your body. Any tightness, any heaviness, any sense of holding. Just letting it be exactly as it is. There may be something underneath it. You don't need to go into it, just allowing it to exist. And as you observe this, you may begin to notice something subtle. A small amount of space, between you and the thought. Even if it's brief, a sense of watching instead of being fully inside it. And if the mind pulls you back in, that's okay. There's no right way to do this. You can simply return whenever it becomes available. And as this continues, there may be a slight softening. Or maybe not yet. And that's okay too. Because this isn't something to achieve, just something to notice. Thoughts can move, feelings can stay, and you can remain here, aware of it, without being pulled in the same way. Just resting here for a moment. And this may not fully make sense yet, but you might start to notice this in moments you weren't paying attention before. When that feeling shows up again, you may see something different in it, something you didn't recognize before. And that's where this begins to shift. We'll go deeper into that in the next one.